And then did I hear no drinking anymore?
No drinking for like 2+ months now. I feel stupid for waiting this long. I'm never going back.
No one's too old or successful to quit drinking. Just ask Joe Rogan. Let's watch this video and see how many reasons Joe Rogan gives us for deciding to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would have these days, like, because, you know, I have a nightclub, I have a bar. We go to the club, we do some shows, have a couple of cocktails with the boys, have a bunch of laughs, do a podcast, have some whiskey, have some laughs, and then the next day, like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I'd be going through my workouts going, oh, you fucking moron, what have you done?
Let me ask you this question. If you stopped drinking the moment you did something you regretted, how much pain would you avoid in your life? I wouldn't have ended up in prison, not once, but twice. I remember the first time I got arrested. I was 18 years old and I was in Tesco's and there was 2 boys outside who wanted to beat me up. I was a little bit tipsy, a little bit scared, so I walked outside the front with a shopping basket in one hand, using it as a shield, and I battered them both. Stupidly, I got caught on camera, got arrested, and put on community service. Just for the record, I used my fists, not the shopping basket. The point I am making is, don't wait to stop drinking. Quit now. Don't wait until something bad happens, because I promise you, it will.
Like, I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I feel stupid for waiting this long.
This is a very important point Joe brings up. I'm not an alcoholic. Now, alcoholic is a stupid, made-up word that keeps problem drinkers stuck. Just because you don't wake up in the morning needing to reach for a drink, that doesn't mean that alcohol isn't destroying your life. I got caught up in this middle lane for over a decade. 2 weeks of no drinking, followed by 1 weekend going off the rails and completely destroying my life. It was 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
You know, and I'd, you know, do the hyperbaric and drink a lot of electrolytes and try to flush it out. But
you're stealing tomorrow's happiness. Now, I went on a date with a girl, not a very good one, but she did say something that stuck with me. She said, drinking alcohol is stealing tomorrow's happiness. Joe's hit the nail on the head here. When we drink, we're stealing tomorrow's happiness for a few hours of fun. Let's be honest, after the 3rd or 4th drink, the night starts to get messy. By this point, you might have even done cocaine. Now, the night is well and truly done. Nothing good happens past this point. What follows next is a broken night of poor quality sleep. Waking up with a mind riddled with anxiety and low energy. That's even if you make it home to bed.
You're concentrating on improving your health and your fitness. Why are you poisoning yourself?
Yeah.
Alcohol is a carcinogenic. If you're a man watching this, you probably go to the gym. Alcohol destroys your testosterone levels, wrecks your sleep, and stops you from recovering, which stops you building muscle. That's why you don't see the gains you want in the gym. You're wasting your time if you want to be fit. Don't drink. By the way, guys, if you want to be the most dialed in, disciplined version of yourself, so you can excel in every aspect of life, I have created a training video for 2025. It's not available anywhere else on the internet, and I'm not sure how long it's going to be free for, but it's here now. The link is in description, so check it out.
Also start thinking, well, that's the only way to have fun. You have to have fun too, but no, it's not changing my fun. So I thought, like, maybe it would be less fun if I was sober. It's not any less fun sober. It's just as fun.
This point is a great one. You don't need to drink to have fun. There's nothing fun about sitting on the sofa or sitting in the pub doing this. How is that fun? Feel free to disagree with me, but the only reason that it feels fun is because your life is rubbish and the few hours that you have drinking is the time that you get to escape reality. Have you ever sat in a pub face to face with your male friends without an alcoholic drink? To me, this feels awkward and sometimes threatening. I would much rather be side by side with my friends doing something active like playing a sport. Sitting at a table, talking nonsense could be time spent with your family or working on something meaningful.
And it's just, I feel better. And this is one of the things that I've always tried to tell all these comedians.
I've been sober for almost 5 years now. Sure, I get bad days, but generally speaking, 80% of my life, I feel good. When you quit alcohol, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to enjoy the days more. You'll look better, feel more confident, and you'll be in a higher vibrational state, which means you will attract more opportunities, whether that be in the sexual market or your business or personal life.
If you have more energy, you will have more energy on stage. If you have more energy, you could do more shows. You could do multiple shows a night. You don't get fatigued.
Energy is the most valuable asset in life. Without it, we wouldn't be able to think, grow, move. Life wouldn't be possible. When you quit drinking alcohol, you will feel more energized because your body can focus more on recovering. Quitting alcohol gives you more energy to spend doing things that you love, which, surprisingly, makes you feel better, gives you more energy. It's like this internal ecosystem that keeps driving us forward.
Your body and your brain are inexorably connected. If your body functions better, your brain will function better. It's not rocket science.
If you've got this far in the video, you've probably got ambitions to be successful in life. Maybe you're aiming for a good body, have a nice wife, build a family, or even build your business. The world is ultra competitive right now. And if you are only running at 60% of your full potential, how do you expect to compete against someone who doesn't drink, who's giving it 110 every day? It's factual maths. They are going to outcompete you. Maybe not right now, but in 5 years' time, they will lap rings around you. And the fall will be painful.
People with the best comedian ever and never lift a weight and never work out. But if the best comedian ever did that too, I bet they would be better.
Yeah.
I bet they'd be better at everything in life.
You could be better. You might say to me, Ben, look, I'm rich and successful right now. But as Joe points out here, you could be better. Joe's a prime example. He's the 0.001% of males in the world. Yet, he still says alcohol has to go.
If you drink, you will notice a big dip if you have one cocktail. One cocktail will be a big dip in the amount of recovery you have.
Just one drink affects you. I am absolutely shocked by the number of people who don't realize that just one drink will destroy your sleep and affect your recovery. And let's be honest, if we could just stop at one drink, me and you wouldn't both be here right now.
And you won't even notice it. You'll be like, I wasn't even drunk. I had one drink.
If you're not trying to perform and do something,
right,
you won't notice it. Like a regular person at a regular job, maybe you'll feel like a little sluggish.
The guest Cam Haynes picks up on this point beautifully. When we drink, it makes us feel sluggish. Now, if you're just coasting through life, this can go under the radar. But if you're optimizing for the highest results in your business, personal, and your health, you'll notice a significant difference when you fully abstain from drinking. Trust me, guys, I am coming up to 5 years sober, and the results are compounding.
When you start to work out and perform and run and you're looking at these times, or you're on the scale and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, most people are just used to feeling like garbage.
This point is probably the most important point in the video. Most people actually think they're supposed to feel the way they do. I used to think that trying to survive through the weekdays and trying to make it to the weekend was how life was meant to be lived. Now I know how excited and alive I feel for every day. I cannot believe how much life I left on the table. What was I thinking?
It's like having water in your ear and you forget, and then it pops, and like, oh, fuck, I can hear now.
Right.
Like they're walking through life with water in their ear, and they think this is what it sounds like. But it's just, you're poisoning yourself.
Have you ever been on a flight and your ears have popped, but you didn't realize until you yawned and your hearing came back? Drinking alcohol is the same. It's like walking through life heavily sedated, with your senses heavily compromised. But only the sense that is most affected is your sense of direction, the awareness of where you're blindly headed in life. If you enjoyed this video, guys, and you would like to know how Joe Rogan quit alcohol, luckily for you, I have a cracking video that you can watch here. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.